Hello, this is Transformers fan G138, and I'm here with a video review of the Fansproject Protector Armor add-on set for Hot Rod, or Rodimus technically, you know, whatever. This effectively turns him into a space Winnebago. Yep. Turns him into his giant space camper, aka Rodimus Prime. So it's a really nice G3, Generation 3, classics representation of him. And, you know, I like how all these flames on the side are actually, like, molded in and painted different colors. That's pretty cool, although unnecessary. It definitely has the vibe of Fansproject, which is, they're very unique in their bulky, boxy stuff. It's nifty. They continued with the two pipes coming out of here, which is nice, so they tied it in directly to the figure they were using, and that leads off into the flames, so the flames actually look like they're coming out of the exhaust ports here. And this actually is part of the flame too, which is kind of cool. The fender actually becomes part of the flame. So this thing adds another set of wheels. I was actually going to bring the Generation 1 version of this guy with me to compare with, but I forgot him on my bookshelf. I, totally slipped my mind. But, yeah, it's not bad at all. From the underside, it's really compact. There's a lot of stuff hit down there. There's a bunch of these wheels, and I'll get into that later. Overall, it's a really nice thing. And then he's got, like, guns or lights or horns or whatever you want to call these things up here. Multitude of things they could be. This exhaust port's down here. The missile still works in there if you want to do flame. I don't know why you would, but it's there. So yeah, it's a nice Rodimus Prime. They did a phenomenal job with this guy. So, basically, I'm going to show off this a little bit. So, basically, these panels just open on the side, and Hot Rod, that's Hot Rod. Basically, to put them in, you pull these wheels out. Just make sure you don't pull the legs off. Put it back up in there, and just close these up. And there you got Space Winnebago again. So, it's a pretty simple add-on in this mode. So I'm going to set this guy aside, and I'm going to take a look at the space trailer. Now, first thing you'd want to do is get Hot Rod in robot mode. So I'm going to stop the camera so I can do that. So now that I got Hot Rod in robot mode, minus the hands, I figure I don't really need to take those out. Basically, to get them ready for the set, all you'd want to do is rotate these back, down, let those hang there, and then flip the feet back up. And that's all you need to do to get them ready for Rodimusizing, primizing, I don't know, the Matrix. Again, I'm trying to do these when I'm tired. Doesn't work out well. So, at this point, you will want to snap the bottom pieces of this roof flappy spoiler thing off, and you get these two pieces. Set those aside. We'll do those last because those have a habit of falling off. So now we're going to just find something that will pop open, and voila, look how I pulled out. No, not really, I just forgot to put this in when I was transforming it, and I didn't feel like taking it apart again. Basically, this sets in between these two guns. This also acts as a missile, oddly enough. So that aside, take these and before we do that, we're going to pop off a bunch of pieces. So, you got this piece, duplicate piece over here, if I can get it out. Ah, there it is. And then pull this up and out. And there you have this piece. Set that aside. And then fold this back up. Come back here. And just mess around with it until you get these pieces off. These are a pain to put back in and off because they can't clip inside here, and there's no way to get your finger back there to actually clip them on. You kind of just have to fiddle with it. So now we got these pieces, and honestly, this is all we need to turn Hot Rod, or Rodimus, into Rodimus Prime. So what we're going to do is, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this foot, or what will be the foot, bend this down, rotate it around, fold it over, now rotate it around, fold this up, and there you got a boot. Here, do the same thing, fold it up, rotate it around, fold that up, and there you got two boots. So put those there. So now I'll get into the arm. Basically, well, what will be the arm. Pull this up, flip this around, fold that flat, then rotate the hand. One thing I like about this, it actually creates the 3 guns on his wrist instead of 2. Yeah, major problem on Hasbro's part on that one. Docking them points for that. So let's do the same thing this one, and there you have arms. Then you want to do this, pull this out, and there's going to be his head. This down, and now we're ready to make Hot Rod Rodimus Prime. And now that's stable. So we're going to start with the boots because these are the least likely to pop off. Basically, you set them in there and just, I have no idea what they actually clip to, but they stay in there really nicely until you pop them off. And there you have boots. So now we're going to take these arms and we're going to plug them. We're going to push this piece over the wheel. Okay, we're going to put that in there. And now we're going to pop this up and over the wheel. Do the same on the other side. And now these pieces are actually over the wheel wells, which is nice. Nice place to clip on. I'll adjust the camera again. Taller. Sorry. And there you have him so far. Not very prime-ish with his mini chest and head. So we're going to take this, put this around his crotch, pop it into place up here, and it actually pops this whole yellow thing out, which is nice. And then put the legs back in. Then we're going to take these. We're going to pop these onto the already existing fenders. And awesome. So, or spoiler, sorry, not fender. So there you have his spiky wings of awesomeness back there. So it's pretty cool. Then, lastly, we take the head, we pop it on, or just push it on over his head, existing head, and there you have Rodimus Prime. So, this guy is really, really awesome, and for more than one reason. One, this add-on set actually increases his posability and mobility. You have almost the same motion there as you did before. It's a little limited due to the new crotch piece, but that's okay. Same joint here. You have a little bit more play in the foot because you have the side-to-side motion now. you still have the ball and socket here, although this can get in the way of the spoiler. If you want, you can actually just, the way it is, you can actually rotate the spoiler back a little so it's touching the air, and it doesn't look so great from the front or the side or anything, but you have way more mobility in the arms. I like to keep it on display and those there, so I'm not playing around with this guy too much. Basically, I think in my stop motion I had him transform, and that was pretty much the, oh, he did a fight, but it was pretty much a very simple stop motion, so it wasn't too intensive. Still remains with the head motion. He gains some motion in the arms here with being out here, as well as he gains a hand swivel, and he can now use a 5mm weapon instead of his previous 3 or 4 or whatever millimeter weapon it was. Though the original, in the other mode, he can actually use his Rodimus major or hot rod weapons, so that's cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take off the missile launcher back here, which was from the original hot rod figure. Come down here, I'm going to flip this out, maybe, if I can find something to do that with. Got an X-Acto knife here. Okay, once you get that started, you just pull this out, take it, put this in, clip it in like the missile. You can actually fire that. It's kind of nifty. So that goes like that, and then you place this in his arm, and he has his gun turned into a rifle. Photon rifle, or whatever it is. Not as ingenuitive as Hasbro's dual cannons into one thing for, or Takara's guns for the Rodimus figure, but not the hot rod figure. So that's nice. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've covered most everything about this guy. Really like this guy. I think it looks great with the classics Transformers. The head could be a little bit better. Just plain and simple, they're not particularly great at their heads. Fansproject, unfortunately. So now we're going to get back to this hunk of plastic. What does this do? Well, we know from history that it does something. Fold these down and around. We're now going to grab here, fold down and up and up. And then we're going to fold these two things out. Fold this up, rotate, and this is the official base cannon attack mode, supposedly. So you can actually use this two ways. You can have it like this, bouncing on this one foot, which it's actually pretty good balanced. I mean, considering how small it is. I don't like these things. It's supposed to be like some laser crossbow type thing. I don't like it. So I just fold these back in, and it looks more like an automated weapon cannon defense turret thing. I like it better. Basically this sits on my shelf like, well, yeah, before I do that. Well, they went a step further and took Optimus Prime's roller and kind of updated him for Rodimus. And I thought that was kind of unique. It's got his little Rodimus fenders, you know. They kind of decked him out a little more like Rodimus. And he rolls fantastic. He's a little loud, but He rolls great. It's adaptable for his gun here. Also, if you flip this around, you can put Hot Rod's missile in there to have the flames coming out of this guy. So that's kind of unique. Different thought process. Also, there's room for the 5mm peg here, or flip it around and you got the 3mm peg. We're going to start with the 5. And I'm going to plug this back into here, just for the sake of demonstration. I usually display this thing like this, and like this, close to the ground, just because it's a little more stable. So, bring this back up for now. It's kind of got this like unique like clamp down on roller, which you can actually fold the roller up into the base mode, and then you can fold it back down. Like that. And then release them. And you can drive around. So that's kind of nifty. Unnecessary, but interesting. It's kind of like the mirrors on the G3 trailer. They're kind of useless. I've never even taken the plastic off them. So, but it's there. It's nice. This does not spend. This just shelf warms basically for when I want to turn this guy into vehicle mode, which is not very often. So that's pretty much Rodimus Prime, or the Fansproject Protector add-on kit. That concludes my video review. If you have any questions about the set, please post a comment down below and I'll answer them. If you have any requests for further video reviews, please post a comment down below or send me a message and I will do them for you. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.